After playing Battlefield for years with explosions and tanks and destructions and style points of taking out a jet, it's quite easy to say that Battlefield is one of the best sandbox action shooter game of all time. But what happens when you take that 64 player base and take them into medieval times of knights and archers? Well, it's chaos and death and a lot of screaming. This is a quick review of Chivalry 2 where I will give you my opinions on how this game actually is. But if you want a short answer, this game is pure fun and chaos. Nope, not that chaos from Final Fantasy, but a different kind of chaos.
Chaos.
Chivalry 2 is an action slash and hack multiplayer game where you are put into a map of 32 versus 32 and all you do is swing your sword and kill everyone you see. It's just like a Battlefield game, only you are not using guns, there is not a lot of destruction happening, not a lot of explosions, and not anybody's just taking out jets while they're flying in the air. But it's also not taking this game at all seriously because it is much more of a fun multiplayer game. There are different types of weapons in this game which you can use to literally slice someone's arm, head, or even a leg. But if you think of taking them all out alone, well, you are mistaken, my friend, because you will definitely feel like you are a hero, but then you will die quicker than blinking your eyes. But don't worry, all of that changes because all you need to do is attack together. Together, we can achieve everything. Together, you can achieve objectives, kill everyone, and win. Well, that's all about how you as a single soldier isn't good enough. But now let's jump into how you play. You can choose between 2 teams and 4 different classes, and all these classes are same in each team. You can become an archer, a knight, a vanguard, and a footman. All these characters have unique traits, and the best thing about these unique traits is that it helps your team rather than helping just you. The footman in this game acts like a medic who always have a bandage to heal people up. A vanguard is a heavy type of soldier which uses 2-handed weapons and can literally destroy you. Knights on the other hand have more armor, however they do run a little bit slow. And then comes Archer, who is basically a sniper. You will have to play a bit to understand which class suits you the best. For me, I think Vanguard and Footman are my favorite because I suck as Archer and I usually die a lot as Knight. With each class you can upgrade your class type, which gives you new weapons and new equipment sometimes. But in order to get those class types, you need to keep on playing so that you can upgrade to that class type, which happens automatically. Each class has 3 different types that you will be unlocking as you play. But regardless of all of that, the biggest thing is that this game has friendly fire. Yeah, that's right, you can actually slash your own teammate's head off if you're not that careful. But you can never be careful because you will always be grouping up to kill other people and trying to slash the enemy down, and in turn will damage each other as well. However, the damage that you give to your own teammates is not as big as the damage you give to your enemy. So if you're confused on how your health went down from 100 to 40 in the first fight, consider that damage was given by your allies. But you must be thinking, this is terrible. But to be honest, this is where the real fun lies. With you all going in together and literally swinging your sword so that you might kill the guy is super fun. If you somehow stay alone, consider yourself dead, and that is completely boring. But one thing you can do is try to see where there are more players and then charge into that place. Speaking of charging, that is actually very fun to do. You can charge into battle as the battle starts or as you respawn, and you can do that by screaming at the top of your lungs. The screams are so loud and so long that after some time it becomes a lot funny. With that charge you actually run faster, and you can also do some heavy moves. Speaking of moves, there are a variety of moves that you can do with your weapon. You basically use everything that your mouse has as a type of attack. You will also be using your scrolling wheel as a type of attack as well. Good thing is that this game has a pretty decent training mode that will help you on what type of attacks there are, including left click, right click, middle mouse button, wheel scroll up and down, and even the mouse buttons. But even if you know the ways, you will still take time to get used to it. The amount of time it takes to swing a weapon is big, and with heavy attacks it's even bigger. So practice a bit to know more about how to attack, when to attack, and to be honest, where to attack. If we talk about characters, well, there is some customization to the facial structure, but not enough. There are many face templates from men and female, however, females have it less than men. Not so sure why that is a thing, but it is what it is. But the good thing is that there is a good list of armor types, and there are many of them that looks really good. You can buy them by earning money as you play the game. The modes in this game are pretty good. Instead of playing team deathmatch or free-for-all, yes, those modes are still there, I would rather play the other modes that this game is more popular for. These modes let you go from one checkpoint to the other, which is really fun to do. However, in some maps, taking some checkpoints take forever, or it's almost impossible to do so. Like the bridge section in one of the maps is truly insane. Maybe they can do some kind of balancing later to fix it. Speaking of maps, there isn't much to be honest, which is kind of a bummer. Hopefully later on they can add more new maps, but whatever maps there are, it's really well designed. The architecture is brilliant to look at and it's just a really well detailed map. Even though this game is a multiplayer game, it's very quick to get matches. Finding a match is very quick and there's also a dedicated server browser. So now you can take a look at the list and see which server has the lowest ping and then you can join into that server. I miss the server browsers and this game actually gave me one. Chivalry 2 isn't a serious medieval warfare game, rather it's a fun part of medieval warfare. There might be some tryhards that you will find, but mostly there are people who are just having fun, and that's what I loved about this game. You keep on swinging your sword and trying to hit and die multiple times and then respawn just to charge in as you scream and then spam that scream button until you go to the portion where you're supposed to hit someone and kill someone, but then you die once again and the cycle keeps on continuing. It is really engaging and fun and one can spend hours playing this game. I know I did. The game is currently available on Epic Store for under 1000 rupees, which is pretty cheap for just being a multiplayer game. And then there's Battlefield 2042. Have you guys played Chivalry 2 or the previous Chivalry game? Let me know in the comments below, and if you haven't, I would highly recommend to play this game because it is actually pretty fun. What do you think about this review video? Let us know in the comments down below, and also if you really enjoyed this video, hit that like button and remember to subscribe to GamerConnect to watch more review videos just like this, game news and so much more every single week.